Yo, this is huge. So, Ken took to his Instagram to give a brief response to De'Ara's newly filed lawsuits. If you aren't caught up to speed, before we get into that, man, I just want to say De'Ara and Ken was actually the reason that I wanted to get onto YouTube. I saw the lifestyle that they were able to live and create off of their channel. And my very first channel that I ever created, actually, no, my second channel that I created, because my first channel, I had music and I was posted on YouTube like in 2012. And then in 2016, I made another YouTube channel with my girlfriend at the time. And then we split that up. And I realized after we split up, I was like, you know what? It's so much better to have your own channel, because if we were to have, I cannot imagine building a channel up so high like De'Ara and Ken, and then you guys split up later down the road. And lo and behold, man, they ended up splitting up. And now shit gets sticky when the money gets messed up. So if you aren't caught up to speed, in a nutshell, De'Ara and Ken had an agreement on how the remaining assets of money would be split following their breakup. They would also continue to share a joint account with a set amount of money in it so that they could continue to pay for the day-to-day operations of the brand they built together, paying employees, etc. When De'Ara checked the account, she saw at least half of the money was taken out without her knowledge, and when she confronted him about it, he claimed it was used for medical bills. However, De'Ara isn't buying the story, since the two both received over $200,000 following the sale of a property that they owned together. So he shouldn't be hurting for money. And when the money was taken out, it did not align with his story, because Ken has been ducking her with claims of being broke and staying with his mom, and or outright not responding. De'Ara has also been forced to pay back tax totally thousands of dollars by herself. After numerous attempts to collect the money that rightfully belonged to her, she is now suing to reclaim those funds, along with other damages, citing Ken's social media posts as proof he is not as broke as he claims to be. And so Ken responded. Let's hear what he has to say.
All right, let's go ahead and address this really quickly. First of all, good morning.
Nigga talk like not Miles Morales. No, I think I'm gonna do my own thing.
It's too early for this. But anyway, let's go ahead and address a couple things. Number one, the $40,000 regarding the car. Came to the end agreement after we had a number of conversations about it. You keep the car, we break even on the loan. The car's valued at like $43,000. The loan's $40,000. We break even. Boom. Never heard about it since. You got a bill of sale. You got the title to the car, everything. Cool. That was it. Regarding the bank account, again, extensive text messages regarding this. We had a phone call after all our conversations, December 12th at 4 p.m. I think in 2022 this was. Again, this is in text messages. We had a number of conversations on it. People on your team said, hey, you file this personal income, pay the taxes on it. Cool. Never talked about it since. Everything else, Snapchat, the YouTube videos, whatever, it's like, I thought we moved past this years ago. All right, let's go ahead and address this.
All right, so I mean, there's not a lot to go off of with this video here, and the reason why we want to break this down and we want to talk about this is because we get to see a big YouTubers. These guys are some OGs, man. What it can look like if you were to start a YouTube channel or start a business with someone that, you know, there's a possibility of you guys splitting up later down the road. Even if you never think that it's going to happen, you got to consider the potential consequences that come with something like that. And this is it. This is a squabble. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know who's telling the truth. We don't know what's really going on. And so you never want to be in those types of situations. Anything that ever becomes legal, you want it to be a clear-cut evidence behind it. You guys got to stop moving shady. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if Ken was moving shady or not. We don't know if De'Ara's actually trying to spin something that's not true. Maybe she just wants money out of this. I think at the end of the day, let's be honest. First, let's dissect the career of De'Ara and Ken. Ken was cool, but it really was De'Ara. She pulled like 70%. You know, it was like Sway Lee. It's like Ray Shrimmer, Sway Lee, and Slim Jimmy. Slim Jimmy contributed to like 15-20% of their career. Sway Lee most definitely was a star, which is why he went off to do his own thing for the most part. De'Ara kind of is the same way. De'Ara went off and spun her own thing and stuff like that. And that's not always the case, man. It's just that she was the star out of the two. He could, and he had some clout on him and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's not trying to do anything, but I don't know. He just, De'Ara was able to spin her internet into something huge and massive, and she's still growing with stuff. She started her own little sunglasses brand. She does like fashion and stuff like that. She killing it on the influencing game. Ken, on the other hand, I don't know, man. Maybe he is maybe he is hurting for money. Maybe he's not living the lifestyle that he was used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you'd never want to put yourself in a position like that. De'Ara and Ken, it was De'Ara and Ken. Yeah, it was De'Ara and Ken. You know what I mean? Maybe it was even her idea. Honestly, it sounded like she wear the pants in the relationship, man. I just, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of relationships with the woman handles the finances. She probably should. Like, let's be real, she probably should. And so, you know, I just think that as a man, we can learn from other men like this. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself in a situation like that. You know, it's always gonna be harder doing things by yourself, but it may save you a headache in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What you guys think in the comments down below, man? It's your brother Trey. I'll see you guys in the next video.